guys, this is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews, and if you are somebody who is wanting to build a home gym, a garage gym, but you have a limited amount of space, we have gone through and tested so many different types of equipment, whether that is large or small, and we have come up with our best compact exercise equipment list. Now, this is a long list. It is vast. It is extensive. I am not going to make you sit and watch me talk about this long list, so I'm going to give you a few of my favorites that we have put on the list, but if you want to check out the full list, we have a link below the like button to our website that has that full list available for you to check out. Also, before we continue, make sure you are subscribed to our channel. Also, if you want to purchase any of the products that we talk about today, we have also placed a link below the like button. When you use that link to purchase, it doesn't cost you anything extra. It just gives us a small commission. We greatly appreciate it when you use that link. And lastly, just for transparency's sake, some of these products have been sent to us by the company, but it doesn't change what I'm going to say. We'll always be transparent and honest. Okay, so first let's talk about something that I think a lot of people would benefit from, and it's got a lot of hype over the years, and for good reason, and that is the Tonel. Now, the Tonel is a wall-mounted screen, and it doesn't take up a lot of space by any means, about 4 feet in height by about 2 feet in length, and hardly any depth. Now, while you are using this Tonel, the only thing that is really required is make sure that you have the available space, because there are cables that come out from that Tonel that you're going to use for the various exercises that it's going to have you do. So make sure you have about 7 feet of surrounding space available to you while you use the Tonel. Now, Tonel uses artificial intelligence to track your movements, watch you, and it's going to recommend how to progress from there, which overall, if you've used the Carol bike, or if you saw my full review on that Carol bike, that is a bike that uses artificial intelligence, and it quickly whipped me into shape. I found the same to be true about the Tonel. Whether or not you think you are fit, whether or not you think you are strong, the artificial intelligence tracking your movements, tracking your exercise is going to increase what you're capable of and really push you. If you are looking to be fit, I think this is a great option. Now, one thing just to say up front, I mean, this is an expensive piece of machinery costing $4,000, and you do have to sign up for a mandatory 12-month subscription cost. Overall, this is an expensive piece of machinery, but if it's this or going to the gym, I think throughout the cost of a year, you could potentially come out even. Okay, next is our pick for our best compact exercise bike, and that is the S22i by Nordic Track. This is one of my favorite studio cycle bikes. Now, I think that it is actually better than the Peloton. Do I think the Peloton programming edges out the iFit programming? Yes, just by a little. But if we're just talking bike to bike, I would 100% choose the S22i. One, it has a more comfortable seat. The Peloton seat is just vastly the most uncomfortable seat I have ever tested. I also like the placement of the handlebars. But the real kind of selling point for me when it comes to the S22i is the fact that it comes with an incline and a decline feature. You don't see that with the Peloton. The other thing I really like about the S22i is as you get going, it actually lights up on the wheels. So if you are in the red, that means like you are working really fast, calm down, it goes to the green. Overall, it's just kind of like a fun feature to see your progress on your ride. With the S22i, you also have a large 22-inch touchscreen, which does compare to the Peloton. It can swivel from side to side if you want to use it, again, in conjunction with that iFit programming. Remember, iFit programming is an extra added cost. You can either choose a family package to pay monthly or yearly, or pay an individual cost at the end of the year. There are a lot of options when it comes to picking your iFit programming package. But overall, I love the S22i. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I think that the programming is fantastic. I love the incline and decline feature. It also comes with auto trainer resistance, meaning whatever class you choose, the trainer has already programmed your incline, your decline, your resistance. So all you have to do is really follow along with that class. One call out to this is it does weigh 200 pounds. Not the lightest, not the easiest to move around, but I do think it's worth it. Next is our pick for the best adjustable dumbbells, and they are the Snowed 8080s. These are overall my favorite adjustable dumbbells. I, in fact, have them in my garage and use them on a weekly basis. I actually had to bring them back so Coop could shoot a video with them, and I promptly took them back to my garage because I missed those babies. Now with the Snows, it comes in increments of 10 pounds, which overall is not my favorite. If you are an advanced lifter, you might get away with it, but if you are wanting to do any sort of like progressive overloading training, these might not be the best fit for you. But they come in 10-pound increments, so 10 all the way up to 80 pounds. And the quick dial action to change the weight is like by far one of the most ingenious ways I think that an adjustable dumbbell company has created. All you do is change the dial, it changes the weight, clicks it into place. It takes like 2 seconds. The other thing that I love about these Snows is the fact that they feel most like a dumbbell that you would use in a gym. I don't really like the feel of dumbbells that don't feel like a traditional dumbbell, so for me, these Snows win out every time. Last thing about the Snows is they are incredibly durable. The company even says that you can drop these from around 32 inches high, drop them to the ground, and they will remain unbroken, they will remain intact. We actually did a test on that, and they turned out totally fine, and I've continued to use them since. So overall, 5 out of 5 when it comes to durability. Next is our pick for a kettlebell, and that is the Rep Fitness adjustable kettlebells. We have tested quite a bit of different kettlebells here, and this by far is one of our favorites. It comes in 3 different options, 2 in kilograms and 1 in pounds. When you use this, it quickly adjusts to 5 different weights, and it is a simple mechanism to adjust it. The only call out that I can even think to have to these adjustable kettlebells is the fact that the component to change the weight is made out of plastic. Overall, we try to avoid plastic at all costs. It just tends to break down a little bit easier. It's not as durable, but so far we've had these for quite a long time and we haven't had any issues with it. There's also a rubber bottom on the bottom of these kettlebells, obviously rubber bottom on the bottom of the kettlebell. That just makes it so much better if you do plan on dropping it, or if you drop it accidentally, you're not gonna damage your gym floor by having like a cast iron bottom on a kettlebell. Now these are more expensive, costing $170, but again, they have 5 different weight increments that come with it, and I do think that they will last you a long time. Next, if you are looking for a compact bench, check out the Ironmaster Super Bench V2. With this bench, it comes with both incline and decline options, as well as a commercial grade pad and 11 lockout angles. For those who are needing to save space, one of the reasons we chose this is that it can actually easily be stored in a vertical position. It also comes with the handlebars and wheels, making it super portable, super easy to move around from place to place. While it's in its flat position, it has a 1,000-pound weight capacity. While it is in an inclined position, it is rated for a 600-pound weight capacity. So overall, a lot of people can load some heavy weight using this bench. My only kind of call out to this is the width of the bench pad is only 10.5 inches. Now that's not a huge deal. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but typically what we like to see is around 12 inches or at least 11 inches in terms of the width. Next is our pick for the best compact rowing machine, and that is none other than, say it with me, the rower. This is the best rower out there. I will stand by that, and I will continue to say that. The reason we chose this in terms of a compact piece of equipment is, one, it is incredibly lightweight and can be stored upright. So as you can see behind me, it can be stored in an upright position, whether that's against the wall or in a corner of your home gym. It also only weighs 57 pounds and has wheels on the front by the flywheel. This is one of the easiest pieces of equipment I have ever moved around. The other thing we love about the concept too is the PM5. That's the performance monitor that's going to track all of your data. You can go ahead, connect it to Bluetooth using different apps as well if you are wanting to get like really data and like nerd out a ton. But it's going to show you your strokes per minute. It's going to show you your watts, your calories burned. You can also do intervals, and there's a ton of different programming options on that PM5 as well. My only sort of call out to this is it's not the quietest machine. I mean, it's nothing like the Hydro Wave or a magnetic rower in general. It is an air rower, so it is going to bring air through that flywheel, creating almost like a wind sound or a whooshing sound. Now, while that still remains true, we have tested out a few other air rowers that actually are louder than the Concept 2. So in terms of the loudness out of air rowers, I would actually rate this on the quieter side. If you are looking for elliptical, we have chosen the ProForm Pro Hit 14 as our best compact elliptical. And that is because it almost mimics like a stair stepper. So it's like an elliptical and a stair stepper had a baby. Overall, I am usually not a big fan of ellipticals. However, with the ProForm, I am a huge fan. And that is because it engages a ton of muscles very quickly. While most ellipticals measure somewhere between like 7 and 8 feet in length, this only measures a little over 4 feet in length. So again, a very compact elliptical machine. Now with it, you're not gonna find your typical elliptical pattern. You are gonna find more of a stair stepper movement, but one that you're not required to like lift up your feet each time to move up the stairs. You are gonna keep your feet on the feet pad. It's just going to be more of a vertical position versus an elliptical position. With the ProForm, it does come with iFit programming, and you have 30-day free trial when you purchase this machine. Now, one thing, if you're not gonna continue on with the iFit programming, I wouldn't recommend this because there is no preset or pre-programmed workouts that you can do on the elliptical unless you like to create your own or just do like a manual mode. But again, there's no preset programs on it. So if you are looking for a machine that's going to provide you with a lot of programs to choose from, this might not be a good fit. Now, it does come with a hefty price tag costing around $1,700. However, there is financing on the website if you do want to purchase through there. Next is our pick for our best home app, and that is Future. Now, a ton of us here at GGR have used Future. It is on the pricier side, but it's essentially like having a personal trainer. You're gonna meet with your trainer, tell them your goals, tell them what equipment you have available. If you don't have any equipment, that is totally okay. They are still gonna be able to program you a very well-rounded program, and you'll be able to follow along. You'll have weekly check-ins, you'll be able to ask questions. So if you want a personal trainer without going to a gym, this is actually a really good option. Now, again, the cost is kind of steep, costing $199 a month. However, when you compare that to what it could cost you for a personal trainer, especially one that you might use like 4 or 5 times a week, then that cost is worth it, because a personal trainer that you would meet 4 to 5 times a week is gonna cost you like $1,000. This is $199. Okay, so resistance bands is one that I think often gets overlooked, and I love using resistance bands. I use them a lot in my warm-up and my cool downs, and we have chosen the Living Fit resistance bands. Now, resistance bands are kind of like all of the same, right? There's not like a huge difference. Like, it's not like you're looking at a resistance band and being like, this is the top resistance bands out there. Like, they're all pretty much very similar. So we went ahead, tested the Living Fit resistance bands. I found them to be really great at what I needed them for, and they are on the cheaper side. Now, obviously, all resistance bands have a lifespan. I mean, the continual stretching, at some point that latex is going to break. However, I don't see that happening anytime soon with the Living Fit resistance bands. Just keep in mind, they are made out of latex, so if you have a latex allergy, you're not going to be able to use these bands. Next, we want to look at a pull-up bar, and that is the Perfect Fitness Multi-Gym Pull-Up Bar. Now, this is a pull-up bar that's going to hook over a door frame, so any standard size door frame you will be able to use. One thing to keep in mind is when you are using this, sometimes it will leave like scuff marks on your door frame, so that is something to be aware of. The other thing I would say is make sure you're not doing any sort of like dynamic or like kipping style movements on this pull-up bar. This is definitely intended for strict pull-ups. Now, while you cannot do a neutral grip on this pull-up bar, you can do pronated or supinated pull-ups on it. You also have the ability to do a wide grip or a close grip pull-up on this pull-up bar. The entire pull-up bar weighs around 7 pounds, so super lightweight, and it is rated for a weight capacity of 300 pounds. For $30, I think this is a great option for somebody looking for a lightweight portable pull-up bar. Okay, the last one on our list is the Climber. Now, if you're thinking, Linz, that is a huge machine, I don't think that that is like a compact piece of gym equipment. Hear me out. I mean, it is great vertically. So if you are looking for something that is going to fit a very specific space and you have tall ceilings, I think this is going to be a really good fit. Now, with that being said, it is a taller machine. You are going to need at least a 9-foot ceiling height, in my opinion, to be comfortable using this machine. However, it is not great for everybody. If you are over around 5'9", 5'10", I don't know how comfortable you are going to be using this Climber. Anthony here at GGR tested it out. He's over 6 foot and overall just wasn't super comfortable throughout his entire workout because of how kind of constrained and squished squished up he felt. There are a wide variety of workouts that you can do on this climber. Now, the music selection on this is tops, and that makes sense because Pitbull and Jay-Z are investors in this company. Overall, I really enjoyed using it, and I think that it was a fun, kind of unique experience and a unique piece of equipment to have in your home gym. If you guys have any questions about the vast list that we have covered today, or if you have any questions about the more vast list on our website, let us know in the comments. This has been Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews.